views or opinions expressed on KUR are not necessarily those of Kutztown University, Kutztown University Student Government, Kutztown University Student Services Incorporated, KUR staff and management, or other affiliated organizations.
This is Kutztown Live, Kutztown University's campus and community issues talk radio magazine. You can listen back to any of our episodes of Kutztown Live by going to Spotify and searching Kutztown University Radio. And now, your hosts of Kutztown Live.
Welcome to Kutztown Live here on the radio voice of Kutztown University, KUR. And things are a little bit different now in these times with a lot of people working from at home and doing things remotely. So Kutztown Live, which normally would be in the studio, we're all doing it from remote locations, but it's working very well thanks to technology, and we're happy about that. Joining us once again for our biweekly Northeast Berks Chamber of Commerce segment is Lori D'Onofrio-Galli, president of the Chamber, and she's going to take it away from here and introduce her weekly guest. Lori, take it away.
All right. Good afternoon, Mike. Thanks for having us virtually. It's very exciting to be here today to continue our schedule of interviewing our chamber members, now in our fourth year partnering with Kutztown University Radio. Today, we have a special guest. His name is Christopher Gregg. He and his wife, Laurie, are the co-owners of Birdsboro Lodge in Birdsboro, PA. And Chris joined the Northeast Berks Chamber in December of 2018. Welcome, Chris.
Oh, glad to be here. Thanks for having us.
Of course. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Birdsboro Lodge and the type of care that you provide, how many residents you have, and when you acquired the business and got started?
Oh, sounds good. 4 years ago, this past January, we purchased the business, and it was built as a personal care facility in the mid-'80s and run as such for about 25, 30 years. And then it needed serious upgrades. And my wife and I came along. We learned about personal care. My wife is the RN. And we learned about what it took to get a personal care business up and going. And we got the license about 2 years ago, a couple of years of renovating the building and bringing it up to the town standards and the state standards and obtaining the license. And here we are today. We're licensed for 20. We have some availability today. And it's a challenging business, but it's unique in that we're small, okay, and license for 20 is definitely small compared to some of the other businesses. But you get to know your residents, and it's a lot homier feeling than some of the larger corporations that run personal care and assisted living.
It is very homey. I can attest to that because the chamber was there for ribbon cutting maybe about a year ago, probably now. And it's really beautifully decorated. It's very warm and welcoming when I took the tour.
Oh yeah, it's homey. Like I said, you're going to get to know the residents here very well and the families, which right now, with the COVID-19 issue, the families are pretty much locked out. We keep, as an administrator, the Department of Human Services keeps us in the loop and continuously updates us on the safety requirements and as best we can.
So let's talk about some of the special precautions that you're taking during this period of COVID-19. How are some of the ways, identify some of the ways that you've been impacted in terms of maybe supplies? You've already talked about visitation. And also, is there any special training or education for your staff?
Well, we're checking temperatures at the beginning of every shift, or when the staff is showing up, and making sure that's one test. There's a questionnaire that's come out from the state, and been exposed to anybody else, signs of respiratory infection, cough, sore throat, runny nose, body aches, and hopefully nobody's traveled to a foreign bad country in the last 28 days. But in general, in general, that's it for the staff. And then, we have signs on all the doors, no visitors. And we've had some of the relatives dropping off packages outside, spraying them down and bringing in packages. We've had some of the great-granddaughters stopping by, dropping off cards for everybody at the facility. It's no doubt it's trying and changing times, but we all adapt.
Right. How's the morale for the residents?
Actually, it's pretty good. It's different. Nobody's lived through these times. We've got some residents that lived through the early 20s, and they've been through some other worldwide pandemics, and it's nothing like they've ever experienced.
Chris, if our listeners are interested in reaching out to you or talking to you about having a loved one living at your lodge, how can they best contact you?
Well, they can check the website or the Facebook page, or they can call us directly, 610-575-0851. And I would be glad to listen to anybody's, loved one's story about the possibility of helping them out. If we can't help them, we could refer them to somebody else. There's other homes, and if they're more advanced than we could handle here because of their conditions, there's a lot of other good facilities around that we could refer people to.
What is your website address, please?
It's birdsborolodge.com.
Well, that's easy to remember. Now, when you think about the Birdsboro Lodge in terms of other personal care, independent living facilities, what sets you apart? If you could give one or two examples of how you are perhaps different than some other facilities in Berks County.
Great question. We, the owners, live on site and we're always available. And it's got to be one of the homiest facilities around, as you can attest. Being the size we are, it's easy to get to know everybody and the families very well. The holidays, around the past Christmas holidays, we hosted a party for all the family members, and it was quite interesting to see, all the family members, and it was like, wow, we didn't realize how many people were involved here, and that was great, for the interaction. But we call ourselves the B&B for seniors. Residents are definitely catered to. We're pretty flexible on what we offer, and we're flexible. We can change. We've got a staff to resident ratio that can't be beat. The state has requirements for how many hours that we provide for residents, and our staff to resident ratio can't be beat here. We've got I'm thinking 6-7 part-timers. And us being full-time, we definitely take care of the residents.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Chris. We appreciate your being here. Mike, I wanted to leave the listeners with a couple of the virtual chamber programs that are coming the next few weeks.
Sure. Take it away.
We've had to manage our schedule of activities and programs and events, and we are fortunately slowly but surely converting them into virtual programs. So we have 2 programs on our schedule. These are free to members, and the first one is coming up this Friday, March 27th, and it will be held from 8 to 9, virtually, of course. If you go to our Facebook page or LinkedIn, you'll find the Zoom registration link. We will be hosting a program called Working Remotely, Coronavirus and Beyond, and our presenter will be Sean Kramer, who is the Chief Information Officer and owner of LandTech here in Kutztown, and he will provide about a 45-minute interactive presentation with our member participants. There'll be time for Q&A. So again, that's this Friday from 8 till 9, and you can register easily on any one of our communication platforms. And then coming up on April 14th, we were preparing for a workshop to be held at Kutztown University, but with the closure, we've now converted it to a 1-hour Grow with Google workshop, also free for members. And registration is also easily found on our platforms. And Randy Penfield will be the Google certified trainer for that workshop that will last 1 hour. So those are two, and we'll be looking at several more programs coming up in the next weeks. If you need to contact me or look at our website, it's northeastberkschamber.com. You can reach me by leaving a message at the office at 610-683-8860 or email me anytime at ldg@northeastberkschamber.com.
Excellent. All right. Thank you so much, Lori, and thank you so much, Chris. We really appreciate it.
All right. Thanks for having us.
Stay healthy out there.